You'll know his name strikes fear into the hearts of heroes. He is the Greek god of the sea, earthquakes and storms, but mostly he's known for his temper. Poseidon is considered to have one of the worst tempers of all the Greek gods, and in today's episode, we will be exploring why. Welcome to my channel. Today, we'll look at 5 heroes that Poseidon cursed. Viewer discretion is advised for this video, as some of this video may be offensive or disturbing. We, the makers of this video, in no way support or condone the actions of the subjects featured. Alright, let's get into it. Number 5. Troy. If there's one thing that really pisses Poseidon off, it's people building walls around his temples. It happened once before when he built a temple in Athens, but the Athenians decided to build a wall right around it, cutting off access to the rest of the city. And even though Poseidon was appeased later by Athena, he never quite forgot what they did. Fast forward a bit, and the Trojans are building a wall around their city. This time, Poseidon gets pretty pissed off, but instead of just cursing them like he did the Athenians, he decides to fight the Trojans. He sends a giant to attack their city, and the only way for the city to be saved is for King Laomedon to sacrifice his daughter. Well, after the giant was slain and the Trojans were safe, Laomedon refused to give up his daughter. Poseidon, however, had a score to settle with the Trojans. So, while everyone was asleep, Poseidon went in and cursed the entire city. Every Trojan man would die except for one, and every woman would become barren. Even the horses of Troy would be affected by this curse, giving birth to only one foal every 2 years. Later, this curse would be lifted, but not until 400 years had passed. Poseidon isn't really known for his patience. You would think, being a god of the seas, he would be laid back and chill. But no, Poseidon has the temper of a toddler. At one point, he was called the Earth Shaker, because of how often he shook the earth with his anger. Sometimes he would shake the earth so hard that cities would be destroyed. In fact, when Athens was founded by Theseus, Poseidon sent a giant to destroy the city. When Theseus managed to slay the giant, Poseidon was impressed by his courage and decided to make him immortal. Now granted, Poseidon didn't do a lot of favors for humans, but that doesn't mean he never did any. There was a time when a drought nearly destroyed the island of Delos. All the people were suffering from the lack of water, and crops were dying everywhere. They prayed to Poseidon to end the drought, and he heard their pleas. But like most things Poseidon does, he did it his own way. Poseidon ended the drought, but he also brought a huge flood to punish the people for their lack of faith in him. But I guess if you piss Poseidon off enough, you can expect much worse than rain. Now we all know that the great hero Odysseus had many problems during his journey home after the Trojan War. Poseidon wasn't a fan of Odysseus from the start, and after the Trojan War, Poseidon made it his mission to make Odysseus's life miserable. After all, Poseidon blames Odysseus for the death of his son. While Poseidon might not have had anything to do with the events that transpired between Odysseus and Polyphemus, he still took it upon himself to punish Odysseus. For 10 long years, Poseidon tormented Odysseus with storms, shipwrecks, and monsters. And if it wasn't for Athena's help, who was a big fan of Odysseus, who knows how long these trials would have lasted. In Homer's Odyssey, Poseidon curses Odysseus and says that he would never reach home. Instead, he would wander the seas forever. Even when Odysseus finally made it home to Ithaca, Poseidon wasn't done with him yet. He sent a giant, a suitor who had been harassing Odysseus' wife Penelope, to try and kill him. Now, thanks to Athena's intervention, Odysseus managed to defeat the giant. But it goes to show you that Poseidon wasn't done with him yet. Granted, Poseidon probably wouldn't have gone after Odysseus if it wasn't for the fact that he already had a bone to pick with the human race. In Book 8 of Homer's Odyssey, Poseidon and Athena were arguing about who should get the allegiance of the Poseidon wanted them to side with him, but Athena thought she had a better claim to them. To settle this dispute, both gods disguised themselves as mortals and went to talk to King Alcinous of the Phaiad. Two gods approached the king separately, and each told him that they were the most powerful deity in the world. Then they left it up to Alcinous to choose which one of them was more convincing. Well, when Alcinous chose Athena, Poseidon was pretty pissed off. He got so angry that he shook the earth and made an earthquake. He then unleashed a flood that destroyed the crops and killed many animals. Once again, Poseidon cursed the humans by saying that none of them would ever be happy again. Athena, however, reversed the curse and gave them prosperity. Before he was king of the seas, Poseidon ruled over the island of Crete with Minos. The two were actually pretty good friends, until one day Poseidon brought a white bull to Minos and said that it was a gift. As a gift, Minos was supposed to sacrifice the bull, but he thought the bull was too amazing to kill, so he decided to keep it alive. Well, Poseidon wasn't too happy about this, and the god decided to use the next 3 years to torment Minos. During the first year, Poseidon turned Minos' wife into a white bull and seduced her. She then gave birth to a monster named Asterion, who would later be known as the Minotaur. During the second year, Poseidon sent a terrible plague to ravage Crete. And during the third year, he caused Minos' fleet to be destroyed. Now, Poseidon could have stopped after that, but he didn't. No, he kept tormenting Minos until the king begged him to stop. And Eventam Poseidon still made him work extra hard for his forgiveness. Minos had to travel to the oracle of Zeus and get instructions from the god himself to gain Poseidon's forgiveness. It was only after Minos completed his quest to get Zeus' blessing that Poseidon forgave him. Well, that's all the time we have for today's episode. If you like what my channel is doing, then hit that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.